A reminder to be present with those who you love while we travel through time to Kilmartin Glen in Scotland. This is Quest and Chorus number 305.
Don't you worry, I'll be fine. I go through more than this all the time. I can't remember through the shine. I go through more than this all the time. And sometimes I raise my head and I look at the sun, and I think of all the things I could have done. Don't you worry, I'll be fine. I go through more than this all the time. Yeah, there's a reason I'm sitting here trying to make it all is clear. Hell, I've been here for near about a year. Can't seem to move past the whiskey or beer. And sometimes I bow my head and I pray to the sun, and I ask him to forgive the things I've done, the things I've done. Don't you worry, I'll be fine. I'll go through more than this all the time.
Welcome to Quest and Chorus, where legends meet lyrics and every place sings a story. I'm your bard, Marc Gunn, also host of the Irish and Celtic Music Podcast, and typically host of this show as Folk Songs and Stories, but today we call it Quest and Chorus, and we begin our journey in a place where time stands still, literally. Welcome to Kilmartin Glen in Scotland, a valley lined with stones that don't move, don't blink, and yet they watch. As you and I walk the long path of memory, love, and time itself. If you're new to the show, please follow us. You can do that at pubsong.com. Just send an email to follow@kiltfather.net. And if you'd like to see me perform, I'll be at Dragon Con Labor Day weekend, and September 24th to 28th, I'll be at my Hobbit gathering, ALEP 6 in Harrodsburg, Kentucky. Today's show is brought to you on my Celtic Invasion vacations. Every year I take a small group of people on relaxing adventures to one of the Celtic nations. We don't see everything. Instead, we stay in one of the area. We get to know the region through its culture, history, and legends. You can join me with an auditory and visual adventure through podcasts, blogs, videos, and photos. But in 2026, you can join me in actuality on a Celtic Invasion of Galicia in Spain. Sign up to the Celtic Invasion Vacations mailing list at celticinvasion.com. And this past year, here in 2025, we went to Wexford, Ireland, and Tulua joined us at our wee cottage, and they played some songs for us. In fact, I'll have a special episode of the Irish and Celtic Music Podcast in the next couple weeks, so stay tuned for that. In the meantime, here's a little taste of Tulua. This is Rambling Boys of Pleasure from their album No Coming, No Going.
Ye rambling boys of pleasure, give ear unto these lines I write. Although I am a rover, in rambling I take great delight. I cast my mind on a handsome girl, who oftentimes she does me slight. My mind is never easy until my true love's in my sight. Down by unflary gardens, where me and my true love do meet, I took her in my arms, and unto her gave kisses sweet. She bade take love easy, just as the leaves fall from the tree. But I, being young and foolish, with my own true love could not agree. Second time that I met my love, I thought that her heart was surely mine. But as the season changes, my darling girl has changed her mind. Gold is the root of Oliver, although it bears a glistening hue. 'Cause money's the lad and the last to part, though a heart like mine And I wish I was in Belfast town, and my true love along with me, and money in my pocket to keep her in good company. Liquor to be plenty, a flowing glass on every side. Hard fortune would ne'er daunt me, for I am young and the world is wide.
pavement while we are warm inside. With each smile and familiar whisper, my heart rises like the tide. But the candle on the table lights a tear you cannot hide. How quickly go the hours when you're sitting by my side. All these days will end in sorrow, all these days will end in bliss. But in the grey tomorrow, it's these days that we shall miss. So I'll raise my hand to your chin, your cheek I lightly kiss. One day when I've gone far away, I'll dream of times like this. The color of your eyes as they clutter up with tears are the shades that will always haunt me as I reach declining years. But for now, you are here with me. I pray the seconds slow to years, but the rain weeps for ancient sorrows and imagine our fears. These days will end in sorrow, or these days will end in bliss. But in the grey tomorrow, it's these days that we shall miss. So I'll raise my hand to your chin, your cheek I lightly kiss. One day when I've gone far away, I'll dream of times like this. dream of times like this.
After Tulua came The Secret Commonwealth with Dubhachas, I'll Dream of Times Like This. It's from their album Last Call. We definitely have a time theme that is going on in this episode. I'm really excited. But before we get to that, the ads on this podcast pay for some of the hosting and podcast editing. My time producing the show is paid for by my gunrunners on Patreon. Thank you so much for your generous support. Patreon is how the modern musician makes a living with music. Album, pen, and CD sales helped me to perform in person, but my livelihood is entirely funded by patrons of the arts. You can sign up for as little as $5 per month. You'll get exclusive unreleased songs. You'll get this and other podcasts I produce. Plus, you'll get access to a huge archive of video concerts. Email follow@kiltfather.net to get more details. If you can't support me financially right now, that's fine. Take care of yourself first, but you can sign up for free on Patreon as well, and you'll get weekly updates. Please leave a comment on the podcast show notes at pubsong.com, wherever you're listening. You can also message me on Facebook, email me, send me pictures of where you're listening to follow@kiltfather.net. Quest and Chorus is something new that I wanted to try and have some fun with. The idea is to combine my love of travel, music, stories, and maybe add a little game into the whole affair. So here's what's going to happen is I'm going to tell you a little bit about Kilmartin Glen. I'm going to share a little bit about my song Blink, and you're going to keep an ear open for the quest. Then you will follow a link to kiltfather.net/quest in the show notes, where you can enter your secret code. That will take you to a secret page where you will get a free gift. You will need to save that code for later though, because after the series ends, there are 6 episodes that will happen. You will need all 6 secret codes to get the final reward. And I am really excited to share this with you. All right, let's begin the quest and chorus of Kilmartin Glen. In a valley near the west coast of Scotland is Kilmartin Glen. There you will find standing stones, not 1 or 2, but many, laid out like a memory. Kilmartin Glen is considered to have one of the most important concentrations of Neolithic and Bronze Age remains in Scotland. There are more than 350 ancient monuments within a 6-mile radius of the village, with 150 of them being prehistoric. In the glen that we visited, we got a nice-sized taste of these monuments, and if you stand still long enough, you might be able to look back into time, like the TARDIS from Doctor Who. But these time machines don't fly. They stand cold and alone, watching everything, never blinking. Count the stones in the cover image and let prime numbers guide you to unlock your first quest. Now these stones watch lovers part and children grow old, and in their stillness they remember everything. They carry the weight of forgotten voyages. They are beautiful and a little bit sad. And the sadness seemed kind of appropriate in 2022 when I led my Celtic invasion of Scotland to Kilmartin Glen. That's because the day after we arrived at our manor in Scotland, one of our invaders said, "I'm not feeling so good," and he went upstairs. A day later, one of his family members was also not feeling so good. And the day after that, that family left, and the feeling continued to spread, and that was because COVID had invaded our invasion. Certainly not funny at the time, but looking back, it certainly provided a different experience. And by the time we got to Kilmartin Glen, I think already half the group had left early, either to protect themselves from getting COVID or because they had COVID. And the rest of us continued through, and I think several others ended up with COVID before we left. And there was the added the added feeling and concern was that whether we could even get out of the country, because at the time I think there was a lockdown for anyone traveling if they had COVID, which, you know, created this sense of fear, I think, that we all experience. And fear is something that was an integral part of the episode Blink from Doctor Who. The episode introduced us to the Weeping Angels, an alien race that was basically stone as long as you're looking at them. But as soon as you blink, they move with lightning speed And they don't kill you in the normal fashion. Instead, they touch you, they throw you back into time, and they feed off the energy of all of what might have happened. Now, if you think about it, the things that matter the most don't move fast. They stand alone in a glen and they watch through time. This summer, I went on a canyon tour with my family, and there was moments when I was just overwhelmed with the feeling of joy and elation from being in these magnificent canyons like Zion. And it's the same thing going to this little valley where there was multiple stones. There was, I think there were like 3 standing and alone in the field. And there was another one with a whole bunch of smaller stones standing up among some rocks. And then there was a cairn, and all these things, which at the time were sort of haunted by the fear of getting COVID or what's going to happen to the rest of this trip. There was this bit of fear of missing out on something, which is what the song Blink is all about. It's a love song for the moment, but it's also a reminder to stay present, even when it hurts, even when you're afraid. I love traveling. I love it because we spend so much time of our regular lives stuck in regular routine, and traveling upsets that. It breaks the pattern. It gives us a chance to see and explore something new. And you don't have to travel across the ocean to do that. You don't have to go to Scotland, though it's amazing. But it is those moments that separate us from our regular lives that really make things stand out, make them incredible, radiant, and unique. So let me remind you to stay present as you listen to my song Blink from my album Come Adventure With Me.
I love old things, they make me feel sad. Take me back to the past and all the happiness I had. When I met you, I could not close my eyes. I couldn't even blink lest you disappeared into time. Asked you out for a drink while the rain fell down. I tried not to think that you might turn me down. You're like an angel as old as the universe. You saved me from a lonely life that is so much worse. Don't blink, don't look away, life is too short. I won't blink, I won't turn my back, let go of the hurt. I won't blink. Things don't always happen like we dream and plan. It gets lonely sometimes, that's why I take your hand. To grow old with you for as long as time goes by. You showed me this moment and you opened up my eyes. Don't blink, don't look away, life is too short. I won't blink, I won't turn my back, let go of the hurt. I won't blink, I won't blink. Don't blink, don't look away, life is too short. I won't blink, I won't turn my back, let go of the hurt. Don't
If you enjoyed that song, then you can vote for it in a poll that I have over on Patreon. I'm trying to figure out what are the best songs on the album. You can also buy a copy of the album. You'll find a link to both of those things in the show notes. That's the end of today's tale, but the song lives on. Come back next week as we sail the Calf of Man through loss and resilience. Until then, don't blink, don't look away, and may your memories always sing. Thanks for listening to Quest and Chorus. This episode was edited by Mitchell Peterson. You can follow and listen to the show on my Patreon or wherever you find podcasts. Sign up to my mailing list to learn more about songs featured in this podcast and discover where I'm performing. Remember, reduce, reuse, recycle, and think about how you can make a positive impact on your environment. Join the quest and sing along at pubsong.com.